What is up, divine beings? Peace, love, abundance, blessings. I'm doing a video today on connecting with the Goetia demon Valac, and this will be added to my Goetia demon playlist. So y'all check that out if you want more videos of connecting with specific guides, and also just my experiences, my downloads, my insights on what I have gotten with connecting with different Goetia demons. But let's get to the topic at hand. Valac is presented as a young boy with angel wings riding a two-headed dragon. And this demon is very, very fun to work with and very much somebody who wants to be in your ear, wants to communicate, and wants to tell you the truth about a lot of situations. So if you're in a time in your life where you feel like you're energetically stuck, Valac will come forward with a very strong mercurial energy, the energy of Mercury, wisdom and insight. Now, I know some people have different astrological associations in the demonology community to specific guides, so I'm just going to share what personally I felt and resonated with. When I connected with Valac, it really was about getting to the truth of things, to the matter of things. And if you want somebody to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth about yourself or others around you, Valac is the demon for you to work with. Now, we have to really learn to decode any texts, especially grimoires, where there's things that are written about the Goetia spirits. A lot of these are written in riddles, all right? So the thing that we're told about Valac is that he can control and expose serpents. What are serpents associated with? Deception, all right? Now, serpents have a positive connotation and negative connotation. So this doesn't literally mean that you're going to command serpents. But what this means is that Valac is going to show you where there's manipulation, where there's deceit around you, where there's ill intention around you. And some people can cloak things spiritually. They can cloak their truth. They can cloak their auric fields, their presence. But with Valac, Valac will show you the truth that it needs to be shown to you. When I first worked with Valac, I was doing a serious uncrossing, and Valac came forward, and I was just like, what are you doing? He came literally as his image showed, and he said, I'm going to help you with this work because you don't understand yet the severity of it and why you really need to do this. You are still feeling a little bit guilty about this uncrossing, this cord cutting, and I'm here to show you that you really need this. This is of utmost necessity. And Valac started showing me the intentions of others, the ill wills of others. If you feel like there's any negative spell work on you or any manipulation done to you or somebody else, if you speak to Valac, Valac will always show you the truth. Valac can also give you psychic images, downloads, and insights on anything that is being done of negativity. So that's what it really means when Valac is said to work with serpents. This is more so that Valac is teaching you where there is sort of a quote unquote snaky energy around you and where you really need to know the truth. Now, Valac can also be a stern and loving spirit that shows you where you have self-sabotage around you, where you really need to honor yourself more, where you need to practice discernment more. Valac is not somebody who likes for people to get away with things when there's manipulation and greed involved. And I think that's really why when you see the imagery of Valac, Valac comes forward as a young boy. And this is because kids have that intuitive insight. And this is very symbolic, right, of kids knowing right away who they like or who they don't like. And kids like to have fun. That's something that you'll get with Valac's energy, is this like want for playfulness, this want to enjoy your time with them. And anything that interrupts the fun will really much like piss Valac off. So this doesn't necessarily mean you interrupting the fun, but when you really build a loving connection with Valac, understand that he is very seriously protective. And yeah, you do not want to get on his bad side, or anybody who is messing with you does not want to get on his bad side once you build that connection with them. So your question might be now, how do I build a connection with Valac? Well, Valac is a childlike presence, right? And we have these in different spiritual paths. We have the divine child in the Catholic Church. In the Yoruba pantheon, sometimes Elegua shows himself as a small boy. In certain spiritual pantheons, there are the divine twins, the Marasa and the Mbeye, and they're seen as small twins. And the small children energy, divine child energy, whether it's of a light source or here with the primordial source, it's very much like very protective but very quick with it. So this is very sudden protection, and once you build a level of rapport, a level of trust with a childlike entity or deity, then you have a very strong ongoing like support and very much a strong sense of loyalty. Now that loyalty needs to be built. I've noticed for me personally, Valac likes yellow candles, and yellow candles represent illumination. They represent truth, they represent insight. But I feel like you will get downloads about what colors he needs, because Valac is very wise when it comes to spell work and witchcraft. And if you need specific candles or specific rituals, he will give you images. I get a lot of psychic images with him on what to do. So if you're initiating contact with him, I would say either a yellow candle for any like insight you need, any illumination you need, or green if you're trying to petition more so from the path of abundance or groundedness, all right? And I'll get into how Valac supports you with abundance, but first and foremost, Valac is very much somebody who enjoys offerings. Now, there's different types of offerings you can give Valac, and it does serve the purpose to feed Valac, because again, once you build that loyalty, it is very much set straight. So Valac likes a lot of sweet incenses, very much aromatic incenses like patchouli, sandalwood, and honestly, quality matters. Try to get yourself like good quality incense or good quality resins. Don't go cheap on Valac here, because when you give to Valac, Valac will give to you in return. And there's almost like the standard that Valac will ask of you when it comes to yourself, but also your connection with them. Valac very much enjoys fruit, so you can have a bowl of different fruits for offerings. If you want to give any types of liqueur, I would say like things that have a very strong sense of like sweetness to it or juiciness to it. These can be, even though he's a childlike spirit, these can be alcohol, or this could even be a nice homemade juice with like fresh fruits, sangrias, things of that sort. All right. And you want to leave some for him when you're lighting these candles. You can have his sigil somewhere, and you can also have his imagery. I find that Wednesdays and Sundays are the best days for me to work with him. One, because Wednesday is the day of Mercury. Valac really is like a very strong spirit that goes into my head and speaks a lot to me and gives me a lot of insight and downloads. That's why I consider him a mercurial spirit. But I find that Sundays are also good, because Sundays are that day where we're entering the new week. So it's a reset. So if you're asking for, new things, or you're asking for abundance, Sundays would be good for that portal to open. I know that sometimes like people want specific prayers, Latin prayers, things of that sort. Honestly, set up a space, have his image. Like you can like literally print this out, or have his sigil somewhere like painted. I would say painted. Don't be, what's the word? Don't be mundane when it comes to giving Valac an altar space. If you're gonna dedicate a space to him, try to be creative here. If you can get it hand painted by somebody, get it hand painted. If you want to hand paint a portrait and have a sigil somewhere, do that. I'm mostly seeing a hand painted like portrait. I would say allow your creativity to come forward as well, because Valac has this very much like lustful eye for things that are beautiful, and I'll get why that applies to his saying of helps you find treasures. He enjoys beautiful scenery, he enjoys beautiful things. If you're gonna make an altar for him as well, make sure that you have some type of tapestry, some type of cloth that is a color like green or yellow, like something that's nice. Like quality here goes a long way when it comes to Valac. And I would really say that if you're petitioning him for money, because he can give you money, like the more you give, the more you will receive. And this is a childlike spirit, so the childlike spirits work really, really, really fast. All right. So I'm seeing fruit, I'm seeing sweet wines, I'm seeing nice incenses being casted. And you can set up crystals such as like citrine, adventuring crystals of abundance. All right. Now, the more visually like beautiful the space is. Again, so it could be like shiny crystals, it could be different stones that you have, like a, like almost like I'm seeing a bowl, like a clear glass bowl of different stones that are like colorful and vibrant. Like the more you do that, the more Valak will be like, okay, like you're investing here in your time with me, but it's also like appeal really matters a lot to Valak. Like the more you give, the more you will get back. All right. Now, when it comes to the second saying about Valak, so the first one is he helps you find snakes. The second one is he helps you find treasures. Now, what does that mean? Are we going to go on a treasure hunt here? Well, obviously, we're in the modern day and age, so no. What that means is that he helps you attract abundance. He teaches you about abundance. He also teaches you how to find items of high quality in places such as like pawn shops, thrift stores, and things of that sort. But when I'm talking about high quality, I'm not talking about like anything short of something that has a very strong energetic portal. Valak can show you things about how metals work, the spiritual properties of metal, like gold, silver, bronze. Valak will show you the spiritual properties of talismans, of symbols, and why you should be wearing some, and how that can amplify your energy and help you as a sorcerer or a sorceress. Valak can also show you the spiritual properties of certain crystals and gems and how you can use it and what ways you can use them. Valak gives you a lot of insight with even adding herbs into your spell work, into your magic. What herbs are good for attraction. So really, Valak can give you a lot of information and can be a very strong supporter. And the thing too is that Valak will show you a lot about how money consciousness works, how to be inside of the energy of wealth. And what I'm also hearing is the words wealth portals. So Valak is the type to want to take you to certain places, such as places that have archaeological richness, things that are ancient, such as like national monuments or any like old school high profile banks that have like a lot of history of wealth in there, and he will invite you to go into those places and give you downloads. Like he will give you insights. Once you build that relationship with him, you'll hear him or you'll get a lot of like visual images in your mind as to what to do, and he'll show you how to use alchemy to connect to these places and how to attract more abundance to you. Valak will also make you spend on yourself sometimes, and this is coming with a good intention. This is coming with, you have to look the part of whatever it is that you want. So if you're somebody who's trying to be more business minded, having the blazers, it doesn't matter the quality or the cost, like it's more so like just having the visual like blazer on you. You could even thrift this if your finances are like that. Having blazers, having certain things around you, let's say like nice watches or dressing with like nice dress clothes, that is going to make a difference in your energy and in your mind. Being in nice places like fine dining, nice cafes, even if it's like hotel cafes, right, where there's a lot of business going on, going to the business district of wherever you live and hanging out in that neighborhood to be around that energy. Valak will show you how to be in the energy of abundance, and this does give me like a very strong Venusian energy. And that's the thing, Mercury is good with abundance, Venus is good with abundance, Jupiter also, but I feel like Mercury and Venus really teach you about, you have to embody the energy in order to attract the energy of whatever it is. And Valak will say like, okay, we have to attract this by replicating like it, like it's almost like how you adorn yourself. Valak will show you will attract treasures to you. Secondly, when it comes to Valak, again, going to high quality places, it can have an energy or an effect on you, even if it's like getting a happy hour at a nice bar, yo. If you're trying to attract abundance, right, you have to be around the energy of abundance, hang out in that space. And Valak will show you how to like do like energy work to open up a portal so you can connect to those spaces. All right, that's some tea. I feel like that's all I got with Valak. The other thing I would say too is music. When you're doing rituals with Valak, play upbeat music, play fun music. This can be music that makes you feel upbeat, that makes you happy, because Valak is a very much strong energy when it comes to, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna have a good time, And the more you do again, the more you will get back. And there'll be times where if you do dedicate an altar for Valac, like you might be called to leave certain like pieces to him, certain jewelry, such as like talismans that you find. Again, you don't have to spend anything outside of your means. You can find things in pawn shops or thrift stores, and he'll show you, he'll tell you, go here, go there, go here, go there, and you'll find things of like high quality that sometimes people don't know. Or he'll tell you, okay, invest in this, and he'll show you why. He'll give you downloads, whether that's like investing in getting gold for yourself. What download would that give you? So Valac is a collector of nice things, and when you find nice things, place it on his altar, even if it's for you. Place it on his altar for him to hang out with, to play with as well, because he will charge that energy. The only thing I'll say with Valac is don't rush him. Don't be greedy. Don't ask for too much, or don't get impatient with this process, because that's like telling a kid who's on your side, you better do this, you better do that, you better do this. Valac is very much about freedom. And if you try to mess with any spirit's freedom, to be honest, especially the Goetia demons, yeah, they're not going to do anything for you, and the lights will be off in terms of like them connecting with you. So you want to keep that portal open with genuity, with good vibes, with a genuine connection. Again, Valac does show you manipulation, does show you deceit. And if anybody tries to shield themselves spiritually, or like cloak themselves and they've done you wrong, or if they've done black magic on you, Valac will show you where they're at and like even the odds. Valac is very protective, and I'm not really going to go too into his offensive sides. I feel like I should make more of a Patreon or something for information that not everybody should know. But all I'll say is like when you build that level of rapport, that level of respect, that level of trust, Valac is very much giving to you. All right. So those are the things that I would say are important about Valac. I'm feeling called to pull some cards as well, and I'll see what's coming up. So I'm going to pull from the Occult Tarot, which is where I showed you the image of Valac, and we'll see what's going on, all right? Any messages that Valac wants to give, and if you are resonating with this, please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Three of Pentacles, abundance, the path of abundance. But I feel like sometimes people think that abundance is just asking for money. Abundance is connections. Abundance is opportunities. Abundance is networks. He will show you how to do that. I'm also hearing charisma, stamina, equipping yourself, being well-versed in conversation, understanding what people want as well, how to be persuasive. Valac will show you that. We have the Lovers card. So again, like when you're in a state of joy, attraction also comes to you, but he will work with you when you are in a state of happiness. Valac can also come in to boost people's like self-esteem, sense of light, sense of radiance, sense of joy. If you know somebody's going through states of sadness, of grief, Valac might come in as a very protective spirit, especially if you're feeling sadness or grief by the negativity of how others treat you. Valac will remind you of your self-worth and teach you not to over-identify with how other people treat you. I'm going to pull one last card, but what you're getting with Valac is a very strong, loving advocate. The last card that we have is the Queen of Pentacles, abundance. But this is a divine feminine energy of abundance. The King of Pentacles is, you know, work hard, hustle, spend long hours. The feminine aspect of the Queen of Pentacles, that Venusian energy that I was mentioning earlier, is more about attraction and how do you attract that. So with Valac, you really do have to go on a path that might not be seen as society as the road to abundance, but will still guide you to abundance, all right? That's all I have to say about Valac. Last thing I'm seeing for some reason as well is like if you have a business and you dedicate a space to Valac, you will have that, like a physical business, you will have that business protected. Business cards left near him will charge it. Yeah, you will have that business protected, especially if you have people coming in who don't have good intentions. Valac will protect your business. So Valac does make a lot of fast switches, a lot of fast movements, and you can expect fast miracles with him, so long as you're good and so long as you come forward with respect. Remember that sometimes manifestations do take time. Some people get greedy, some people get impatient. That's not how you work with these spirits. Remember that they do their part, but things have to roll out on linear time. So trust them in the process. Whatever deities you're working with, whatever guides you're working with, don't try to rush them, all right? This isn't a fast write it off, and we're good to go. This is a relationship that we're cultivating and building with honor, trust, and respect. All right. So if you like this video, if you have any questions about the demon Valac, please let me know in the comments down below. Y'all know I like to give a lot of information, so sorry if it gets a little long, but I'd rather give the information than not give you what I know. Stay beautiful, stay abundant, stay great. If y'all want to book a private reading with me, which can include demon consultations to know how to connect with your demons, what demons you're working with, you can find out how to book that on the about below. Stay beautiful, stay abundant, stay great. Follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at AstroPapi. See y'all next time.